NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
As you see that the major power rivalry that's happening right now, and the ASEAN region and also for Thailand, we need to how to make ourselves stronger. And one way is to diversify the engagement with our partner. To do that, the balancing between those power into the region can make the region develop better in the future.
Sawadee welcome to Thailand today. I'm Hani Cholapansa Narula, your host. Thailand will be hosting the 6th BIMSTEC Summit, aiming to boost relations across the Bay of Bengal. Today we'll take a look at the strategic and economic importance of BIMSTEC and what it means for Thailand and the region. We're joined by Assistant Professor Sinina Sermcheep, Director of ASEAN Study Center, Faculty of Economics, Chulalongkorn University, who will be telling us more about what's at stake and what's next. Sawadee ka, Ajahn.
Sawadee ka.
Thank you very much for joining us. Let's begin by understanding BIMSTEC and its overarching goals. How would you describe the importance of BIMSTEC towards the political and economic landscape within South Asia and ASEAN, including Thailand?
Okay, so thank you very much for the question. I think when we're talking about BIMSTEC, it's very timely and important right now. I think we have to see from dimension that given the world economy right now and the uncertainty that we're having, BIMSTEC is one of the agreement that ASEAN and also Thailand, we can extend our engagement into the country beyond ASEAN boundary. And with that one, if we look at BIMSTEC, it's also, as you mentioned there, important in terms of economic and also in terms of politics as well. I would say that we may start from the big picture in terms of BIMSTEC work as the bridge between ASEAN and South Asia and Southeast Asian region. And with that one, we can see that given the current situation, South Asian country is one of the moving regional, and the dynamic in the region is very interesting and can give the opportunity for ASEAN region and also for Thailand as well. If we look specifically into economic dimension, we can see that in terms of trade and investment, BIMSTEC is a huge area. We're starting from India, more than 1.3 billion people over there, and also Bangladesh and also other countries. So we can think about the bigger market that Thailand and ASEAN can also connect and expand our market in that region. Not only trade, but also does in terms of investment, that many opportunity over there. In terms of politics, that's a very interesting dimension as well. As you see that the major power rivalry that's happening right now, and the ASEAN region and also for Thailand, we need to how to make ourselves stronger. And one way is to diversify the engagement with our partner. To do that, the balancing between those power into the region can make the region develop better in the future. So that's briefly about the importance of the BIMSTEC.
Many compare BIMSTEC to ASEAN and SAARC. What's the difference in terms of its purpose, objectives, and potential?
Let's start from BIMSTEC itself. It's also have the goal in terms of developing economic and social. I think one point make BIMSTEC interesting is that it is a group of the global south country, developing country in there, ranging from the large economy like India to the other side. Diversity are there. That's one interesting point. And I think one of the characteristic or advantage of the BIMSTEC is that there are the two regions, South and Southeast Asian, we have close proximity, and we are the area that we have very rich in terms of natural resources and also human resources. Besides that, there are huge potential in terms of trade and investment. We can complement each other well, but the issue is that we haven't realized what kind of benefit yet. So with the BIMSTEC one, it's kind of available opportunity there, and we can utilize it. Compare that one to ASEAN and SAARC, I think in terms of the direction is in the same thing, but ASEAN is more long journey for ASEAN, and BIMSTEC is quite new comparing to ASEAN. But I think in terms of, that give one opportunity anyway. ASEAN can also help BIMSTEC to work on as well. In terms of SARC, it's kind of like slow down, and some people name it this way, that BIMSTEC is alternative for SARC. So that's what we have on hand. So the opportunity is there, and we try to utilize it. That's how it goes.
Let's get back to BIMSTEC. Thailand has been a founding member of this platform since 1997. Could you share some of the key contributions Thailand has made in the past and also at present?
Okay. Thailand, as you mentioned, we are the founding member, and actually it started in 1997 with the Bangkok Declaration. So it's already mentioned how important Thailand are in terms of picture. Besides that, in BIMSTEC we have total of 7 countries, and there are 7 area cooperation, and one of them is connectivity, which is Thailand is the leading country. Since we are on 2 regions, so connectivity is an important part in that. And with that one, Thailand kind of like, in terms of economic integration, connectivity is always the starting point. So we need to connect in terms of physical, in terms of digital, or in terms of people. So with that one, I would say that with the role of Thailand as a leading country, this is a very important or fundamental for this kind of, economic cooperation. And with that one, since this year, we kind of like coming back to Thailand again. So we try to see, how the road of Thailand gonna work on. And along the way, in terms of the, those connectivity, let me talk about that one a little more. We're talking about the land link and also the maritime link as well. So that's kind of connectivity here make Thailand kind of like play the important role in terms of, enhancing the regional collaboration.
So BIMSTEC continues to bridge South Asia and Southeast Asia. How can Thailand actually use this tool from now on to strengthen relations with major players like India and perhaps the broader South Asian region?
Yeah, I think that's one of the very important thing about BIMSTEC here. I think we can think back a little bit about Thailand. For example, we have the Look West policy in year 1997. So with that one, we try to explore the opportunity in the western side of the country. So with that one, this kind of BIMSTEC work as the gateway to South Asia for Thailand and for ASEAN as well. And besides that, on that side of the group, India is a major player. So when you talk about connecting the 2 regions, so some people always say the connecting point or the hub is between Thailand and India. So I would say that India is always in the picture when we're talking about BIMSTEC. It's mainly connecting to India as well. So that's a huge opportunity of market over there. We all see that with terms of population. So we're talking about consumer and also the labor as well. And especially right now, we're talking about digital economy. So India, we have many engineers and many, those skilled labor over there. And this is kind of like, to pave a way for, the prosperity in the future in the digital economy. So I would say that BIMSTEC is, it's already clear that it's a way to connect closely to India that way.
Now, looking back at Thailand, are there ways that this cooperation can complement Thailand's economic development plans? We have the special economic zones and, of course, the Eastern Economic Corridor or the EEC.
Okay. I think it can align and complement each other quite well, because when we talk about EEC, this is a production area, and we have to produce things and we have to do export anyway. So our customer are both on the left side, to the East Asia, and also to the western side, to European country, American, and so on, and also in the South Asian itself. With that one, if we can have the maritime connectivity, that maybe all the document and all the procedure maybe more convenient. So that way can give the opportunity for those kind of the linkage between the producer and the customer is better with those kind of maritime connectivity. So it's kind of complement each other well that way.
So there are potential opportunities in this area. Aside from trade and infrastructure, and I believe that BIMSTEC also focuses on education and cultural exchange. What are some of the key collaborations in this area that Thailand is involved in?
Okay, I think with many cooperation, I have heard maybe talking about big picture a little bit before come to Thailand, I have heard that India have set some like training center in Myanmar as well, and also in other part of
training
ASEAN country.
centers.
And for Thailand, we do have many activity. I may not see from the formal one, but I can give one example that may be close to us. Like for us here, we have the Indian Study Center, and from time to time we have the yoga day that kind of like how to learn from each other and gather people who interested in between India and Thai people together. So I think that's a very good way to start to connecting people together. And another one that maybe like a little more down to the practical one, we can see that as a university, we also thinking about how to connect to like student in Indian market as well. So many the delegate from university also go to India to explore how to have collaboration and maybe like student exchange in the future. So I think that kind of like represent both in terms of culture and in terms of the society, and also for the youth as well. That's very important one.
Now back to the support of people-to-people connectivity and especially youth and innovation initiatives. How do you see this issue, and how do you think platforms like BIMSTEC can actually push this area?
Yes, I think this is one of the like close group between Thailand and India and South Asia. With that one, I think one issue that from my experience, we have seen so far is that we need to get to know each other more. So by that one, with the platform, either physical or digital, we should let people connect and like talk to each other, get to know each other. So with that one, with the BIMSTEC, especially in this year, they have kind of like talking about the like BIMSTEC entrepreneur forum. So they try to group the youth to get to know each other, to like understand each other, and then who knows, in the future they can like have more economic connectivity or those kind of collaboration in the future. So I believe that with the BIMSTEC one, is kind of like help and make it clear and make create awareness. That's very important, and recognition between those two group of the people.
Now, a major summit, the 6th BIMSTEC Summit, is going to be held in Thailand this coming April, and of course Thailand is playing host. Can you tell us a bit about tell us more about this summit as the central themes and priorities that Thailand should be focusing on?
The priority that they focus on is on the 4 parts. The first one is the Pro BIMSTEC. So we know we have BIMSTEC in 1997, but right now with the changing global environment, many issues that we had to emphasize and really have to achieve it. So that's why the Pro BIMSTEC is one of the idea or initiative that they want to talk about. In terms of Pro, they talk about prosperity. So how to reduce poverty by promote trade and investment and development. So this is one way to how to see the region move together. In terms of R, the resilience, so those are the how to have the supply chain, recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. It's very important for the whole region because the regional value chain is one of the key driver of growth. But when the COVID hit, we have the disruptive, we have the situation of stop in terms of the factory. So we need to see how can we get away from that kind of situation. Last but not least, the open from the PRO or Pro BIMSTEC here. So they're talking about open, inclusive, how to include people into many activities. For example, we can talk about tourism that not only good for the customer, the visitor, but also friendly to the environment as well. To how to make those whole things grow together. So that is the first priority, one of the priority in BIMSTEC this year. The second point is about the Bangkok Vision 2030. What do they plan for? This one is to how to make it really happen with the Pro BIMSTEC. We have the objective, but how to get from here to there is very important. So I think this is one of the very important role for Thailand as a chair to how to push and make it really happen. I mean, at least kickstart, the cycle. And with that one, I think the third point that we have heard about this one for a while, about the BCG economic model. That right now when we talk about economy, it's not alone. We need to think about environmental issues as well, how to make it more sustainable. So with that one, the BCG, biocircular and green economic model is always there because it's one of the, approach that make our business sustainable and not only for terms of trade investment, but also how to have the people live their life happily and healthy in terms of that environment as well. So BIMSTEC also mentioned about that, and I think it's kind of like continuing process to make it really happen in that way. And the fourth point, since you already mentioned briefly about that, is about the BIMSTEC Young Entrepreneur Forum, as I mentioned. So I think I'm very happy to see this kind of priority as well, because we think about the youth, the next generation. It's not only our generation, but how to see that our younger group can think about how we can move together, how we can connect together, and also grow together as well. So I think those 4 priority points for this summit here is kind of like really timely and answer the the call for the situation that we're having right now.
Now, Jan, since you mentioned that the summit will be seeing the adoption of the BIMSTEC Bangkok Vision 2030, how does this vision align with Thailand's ambitions and goals?
That is one thing that I think in terms of the country and as a member in BIMSTEC is really like line up in the same direction. So I would say one shot for two. That's how I see it as well, because under the BIMSTEC, the pro BIMSTEC and the vision that try to make it really happen, the focus still on peace, stability, and economic growth in the sustainable way. So I think it's kind of like line up in the same direction that we can see this way as well. Not only country that moving the national level that moving, but we also enhancing each other, because some of the development we need to like the work or the cooperation at the regional level to make it really happen. But at the same time, the countries still need to like kind of like how to say, develop our own mechanism to enhance it. So with this kind of thing, I would say that it's kind of like win-win for both the national level and also the regional level. And we go in the same direction to have like peace and prosperity and sustainable growth in the future.
Usually, what kind of measures should be considered to ensure that the vision becomes actionable and measurable over time?
With that one, I would say that if I take ASEAN experience, for example, when we have integration, when we have development, so from time to time we have the measure or the agreement or collaboration that is happening on the table, or something like the project that's keep going on. But I think beyond that, we also have to think about the outcome as well. How is the people, I mean, value of trade, for example, and also we think about the youth getting to know each other. So maybe some how to say, number of students who are in getting to know each other and kind of like working on that kind of like fostering the collaboration between the group. So I think that's what we're thinking about, not only the agreement or the measure, but also how to talk about the practical one, the realization of the effect as well.
Let's touch on the opportunities and challenges. First, the benefits. What kind of economic benefits can Thailand expect from hosting the summit, and perhaps to see deeper cooperation? And of course, the sectors that you see which are ripe for investment opportunities.
The benefit to Thailand is that I think in terms of the like being the chair, we can think about how to pick up or selecting the sector to really have the practical one. And in terms of the benefit to the country, we have to see in terms of what are the opportunity for Thai business as well, because many people expect to have bilateral talk between country to country. So I think that is one way that as a chair, Thailand can also like open the floor and let the mechanism work by themselves as well. So some pushing, some encouraging can be there to explore the market in the South Asian region.
We had a discussion earlier talking about the opportunities in the food and the energy sector. Will these two sectors enjoy opportunities as a result of this summit? What are your thoughts on these particular industries?
Yeah, I think these are the two very important things right now, especially after the COVID and also in terms of the energy situation. I think it's a very good opportunity. One is that the South Asian country, they still have, like, how to say, majority of them are still in the agricultural sector. So we can see about the source of producing the plantation area, I would say. And with that one, if I take Thailand for example, we have many good technology in terms of food science. So with the combination between food science and the plantation area from the South Asia, we can have maybe come up with the agricultural value chain that we can connect together and grow together. That's about the agricultural one, the food security. In terms of energy, actually the South Asian country, they have like in terms of energy technology as well, and also the they have the supply of energy. So we know that the energy shortage is always the issues, and from time to time the region on our side kind of like the huge in terms of demand for energy. So maybe in the future we want to explore a little more, a little beyond what we already have, that can lead to more secure and sustainable in terms of energy supply.
Who can be Thailand's potential partner in this area?
Thailand potential partner, I think maybe like Bangladesh can be one of them. I need to see more as well, that one, yeah.
All right. Now, coming to the challenges, what potential challenges might Thailand face, and how can we address these issues?
I think each country, they are busy in terms of how to take care of their own country. So we may have to look closer inside our home first, and that may, the speed may not be as fast as we expect it to happen. So I think that's one of the challenge. What else? In terms of the, connecting.
Digital threats we discussed earlier.
That can be one
That's
part
one
as
of the
well.
major issues affecting a number of countries, not just within BIMSTEC, but I guess like around the world too. But in BIMSTEC itself, how can the parties work together, the related bodies come together to tackle the matter?
I think there's a very interesting, things that we can work together, because we know that in the South Asian country, especially for India, they have expert and also digital infrastructure and so on. So they kind of like have experience on those kind of technology for quite some year. So with that one, we can think about how can we tackle this kind of cross-border challenges together. So we can learn from each other. I would say that sharing the best practice and also knowledge and experience can also help each country. And one thing to do that is thinking about we're talking about regulator or someone who taking care of the people, maybe the government agency, some training, capacity building to train the staff in order to know how to manage or be able to capture or taking care of if something happened, can be one of the collaboration we can think about, like Thailand, India, or South Asia. So develop the people, train them, give them the experience, and how to have the regulation that match with what really happened. So that can be one dimension that we can cooperate together.
Natural disaster, the recent earthquake, Myanmar, Thailand, we face the shock waves.
Yes.
Right. So in this area, do you think it's going to be discussed as to how we can deal with this? It's actually probably because of climate change that we are feeling the pinch of it.
I think with that one is one channel that we can collaborate more, because if I can talk about South Asia, one of the country is Bangladesh. So they face many natural disaster, and they have experience on it. They have disaster management and so on. So those kind of knowledge and experience we can learn from each other. And I think with this kind of BIMSTEC framework is one way to really. I'm from economics department, so we'll say that demand and supply matching. So we need to know, we need to learn how to develop our people, how to develop the system, how to manage it. But on the other side, like Bangladesh in South Asia, they have that experience, so it's matching. So just have one collaboration that we can think about, and we know that we need it very much right now.
And another major issue of concern, I would say, reciprocal tariffs that is to be announced by President Trump on the 2nd of April. That's when the meeting starts.
Yeah.
Any opinions on this?
I think with the Trump 2.0, the tariff that higher and reciprocal that we can expect to have not only one round effect, maybe 2 round, 3 round, and so on. That affect many countries, including for Thailand, ASEAN country, India, and also South Asian country. That one can affect also for sure trade, income, and also investment and so on. With that one, I think I can bring back to what ASEAN also thinking, and maybe Thailand is thinking as well. And I think Indian or South Asia will think in the same way. Given that economic situation that happening around the world, how can we still survive or have resilient growth and sustainable growth in a way? More people thinking about how to diversify the risk. So we still trade with the major trading partner, even though it's smaller, lower value, but we may want to see in terms of how to engage more partner. So I think with that one, right now, BIMSTEC is available on the table, and we can see our partner there. So diversifying the trade into the new destination, and it's a huge market as well. It can be one way to lower the risk in terms of mitigate the effect from that kind of like Trump 2.0. Another one I can think about is that and this kind of diversification at the same time, if we have more economic integration, it can strengthen the way that our both economy can be strong together. So it's kind of like those two effects we can get as a way out from the given situation from Trump 2.0.
Looking beyond the summit, how can Thailand ensure that BIMSTEC cooperation will translate towards this long-term growth and stability?
Yeah, I think this is one of the many agreements thinking about like when it comes to the summit, it's there, but we need to keep running. So I would say that connectivity, I mean, it's a fundamental, but it's still necessary anyway. Connectivity in all dimensions. So I would say that all stakeholders. We're talking about the government level, we're talking about diplomat level, and also business, people, and public. So how to have this kind of like understand, getting to know each other. I still believe that more integration from time to time. It starts from the supply side when you have the easy connecting flight or the road or the rail or the port, something like that. But at the same time, you can start from the customer side as well, from the people, from the public. If we know about each other more, we want to consume good, we want to visit the place, and that's how the business starting. So I would say that to let it keep running in the long term, I mean, more and more collaboration. People have to get to know each other more, connecting more, and with the digital technology, we can, virtually meeting each other, understand each other. So I would say that, connectivity in our level, but for sure at the same time at the diplomatic or the government or the ministry level. So, like those regular meeting and, kind of like sitting and talk about how the region can work together still important. So I think it's a dual track between the higher level and also the public and the general level. And also the business, for sure, last but not least, let the business meet with each other. They can, thinking about how to invest or do more trade or even produce together in the future.
Let's take a look at the public. For everyday Thai citizen, I think they would want to know how would this actually benefit them in their daily lives, whether it's to trade, travel, or even job opportunities.
Yes. Yeah, I think, you're right. If we start from, maybe start from something we know easier. If more integration and we expect to have like more trade in investment. So as a consumer, you can have more variety of product from that side of the world as well as your choice when you want to go shopping and things like that. And in terms of the firm, they have sourcing input from many, that region as well, especially for the processing food industry. So they can think about work together in terms of the regional value chain. In terms of, investor also, maybe more opportunity for investment, maybe like construction business, and also in terms of the trade and also the food beverage, something like that is still necessary everywhere. That is briefly about what's going on in terms of benefit to the people. For sure, job opportunity. So with the demand in terms of those countries develop more and more, and kind of like the technician also those kind of collaboration is a job opportunity for the people as well. And that is how those two regions for the people is it can be directly, but at the same time it can be indirectly. When the business connect together and we grow together, it means economic growth, and you get the benefit at the end anyway. Yeah.
All right, Ajahn, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us and giving us a better understanding of BIMSTEC, the vision, and of course the regional cooperation. That's all the time we have today from both of us. Thank you so much for joining Thailand Today. Thank you, and Sawasdee Kha.
Sawasdee Kha.
And that's it for Thailand Today. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Cholapansan Narula. Hope to see you again next time. Sawasdee Kha.